Kamba, are you ready? Are you ready to run? Kamba, let's bring it on. This way. Always be careful. Always. Kamba. You see it? Kamba. Focus on running. Steady mode. Wow. This is very crazy. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. Easy, 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 my boy. Speed down, speed down. Okay. Good job.